So hello, welcome to the Expat Pod, and welcome to the shorter version of the podcast. We just filmed the longer version, so go check it out. As always, we always do 10 questions after the show, so please don't worry about it. Please just answer them as they flow. It's not meant to trick you. It's more just to get your initial response and hopefully get some insight for everyone who's watching, and they can enjoy and use your amazing advice and tips. And also hopefully find something fun and entertaining to listen to. So I'll start with my first question: what's your favorite place you've ever lived?
I haven't lived in like that many places. So far, I think it's Gothenburg, I will say. It's been, the longest I've lived, in abroad. And I think it's the easiest place to live. I really enjoy living here.
What's your favorite international food? And it's not kebab pizza.
No, it's not. I'm sorry, but it's not. But the thing is, I'm such a foodie. Like, I love food. And but the thing is, I think I want to say, because I'm such a, I love sweet. Does that count as food? Or is it like another category? I'm not sure.
Like the pick and mix probably in Sweden is very popular.
Yeah, because I am such a fan of kardemumma. That's the kanelbullar, but it's like softer. Yeah, exact. So I love that.
Yeah, that's a perfect choice.
Yeah, if you can put like a picture of it here or somewhere, please do that because it's really I love it. I think it's. Sorry, but better than kanelbullar. But also, it's so difficult when it comes to food. And but I want to say also like fish is really good here. So,
what's your favorite international tradition?
Yeah, exactly. Because I love midsummer. The midsummer tradition here. It is very. I don't know if it's unique because I never see in up close in another culture. Like, we don't have that type of celebration in Turkey. But I think it's very cute. And, you're dancing around this maple. And then I think it's very nice. I like that.
Lots of schnapps.
Exactly. I'm not that much a fan of schnapps, but it's still a nice tradition. I like that.
Yeah, and there's this small grona there, like this little frog.
Yeah, I love it. And you know what? We have the same song in Turkish, but it's actually a children's song. So it's really strange. Yeah. When I first heard of it, I was like, this is a Turkish song. I know this. And then I realized like adults dancing in this song, and I was like, okay, are we sure? But it is fun because I know, like in Turkish version, so it is fun.
Yeah, it's incredible. What's your favorite thing about living abroad?
My favorite thing, I have to say, like, traveling freely, because it's so much easier here. I don't need any other visa. Other than the UK and the US, But I can just book a ticket and then fly to, I don't know, like Vienna today or Italy or somewhere, and no one's gonna ask me anything because I'm in Europe. So I love that, like this freedom of travel. Is that what it's called? Yeah.
Yeah, freedom of movement, I suppose. It's what we lost with Brexit, I suppose. I'm just quite sad.
Oh. Yeah, you should be. I'm sorry.
Still mourning it. It's been 3 years.
Oh, that's sad. It is a big privilege, I can say.
What's your best homesickness remedy?
Well, for me, it's cooking, because the ingredients are different and you don't always get the same taste. Like when I cook something in Turkey and I'm cooking the same thing here, sometimes it's not like it tastes different still. Anyway, it's like it reminds me of home when I do certain food. And it just, the house fills with that smell of the food. And then it becomes like, oh, this is so good. This is so familiar. And it just, it helps a lot. And also calling some friends and,
Do you put like some Turkish TV or music on as well?
Exactly. That's great. Now that I realized, when I like miss that, like, or I don't have to think about it when I hear something, that like it's not difficult to understand. I just play a Turkish song and I just dance. Like it's amazing. Yeah. That's a good that's a good advice as well.
You appreciate it much more, right?
Yeah. It was always there. Now it's just like a privilege. Oh my God, yes, I need to, it feels special.
And what's the hardest thing about living abroad?
There are a lot of hard things because I think that's like the most popular answer, that like you miss a lot of things, like the birthdays or like special days in like someone's been born, someone's dead. I mean, you miss a lot of things. That is the hardest thing, obviously, because the ones you love the most, and then now you can't see them that often. I mean, you can see, obviously, we have this technology to use, but it's not the same when you're in the same room.
You can't just hug your mum, or you can't hug your friends. And if they're going through a difficult time, having just to hold your friend or hold someone.
No, exactly. And I'm such a like a touchy person. Like I love to hug and then like kiss and stuff. So it is difficult for me, like when I can't do this. But I tell people here, like even like Swedes, and I whenever I meet someone, I just tell them like, I'm a hugger, so I'm gonna hug you, and they're like, okay, and I do that.
Hey, Swedes love hugging too. Swedes are huggers. They have a whole place called Hugger, right?
Yeah, exactly. But I love that. But the hardest thing, it's not to be able to hug the loved ones.
And what's the best phrase you've learned whilst living abroad?
Fika is also a concept, but it's...
I mean, it's an institution.
Exactly, that's true though. That's true. It's the thing is, in Turkey we also have this thing, it's called like the tea time. I think in England you have that too. Yeah, you have that too.
Yeah, we have afternoon tea.
Yeah, exactly. We have the same almost in Turkey. So it's special when you have like that tea time. So here, instead of tea, they drink coffee, and it's I think it's a great tradition. And then they just stop for getting this coffee, and then they just, talk about different things other than work. And I love this. Like, I don't know if it's right to say like concept, but it's
No, but I think it is, and it's very good for your mental health to just stop working. But every 2 hours, effectively, it felt like that in my work anyway. You have your mid-morning fika and your mid-afternoon fika, and you go and you sit down. You enjoy it rather than going and taking it back to your desk and work while drinking coffee. And it's a chance to build relationships.
exactly, yeah. That's the time that you just talk about things other than work that you can get. Also, you can make friends over it. So
That's great, because my next question is, other than fika, what's the best way to make new friends?
what's the best way? I mean, it's very varies to to anyone, but for me it was a great start to enroll a course like anything. It of course it's great if you start learning the language, and make friends during that time. It's a great way of bonding over something, I think that will be the best. And then, I mean, events, I'm just gonna say events, like find events and go there, and then try to like find like-minded people. And it's not easy, to do that, and it's very like brave thing to do because you just have to be like put yourself out there, and but it's a great way to start.
That's a great answer. And what's the favorite thing to do in your new city?
I can walk from one place to another like easily, and it's I feel very safe when I walk because it's another thing that I really love in Europe. Like the car stops when you just when you're walking, when you're passing the crossword. What is it?
Pedestrian crossing.
Pedestrian, exactly. So it's just it feels very safe that that they're just gonna stop for you, so you don't have to think about that much. And then only watch out the bikes. Obviously, bicycles can be dangerous.
And the scooters.
And scooters, yeah, that's true though. But otherwise, I love like you can walk, you can just find anything like shop or have a peek out on the way. So yeah, it's really nice.
For me, it's hotshots were the best thing about Sweden. And my last question is, what's your best expat life hack?
Try. Like, that's the best advice that I can give. Like, you have to try. You have to force yourself sometimes, but it's otherwise nothing's gonna come in this gold plate or silver plate. Sorry, I'm messing up.
It's fancy. It's a fancy plate, yeah.
Exactly, fancy plate. So you have to try. I don't mean like no one's expecting you to be like perfect and stuff. Just be open-minded. That's also very important. That's the best. Yeah, I'm going with the be open-minded. Because you're gonna see, because you're gonna see different things than your culture, or I don't know, wherever you're growing up. It's gonna be different. So you have to keep your mind open to possibilities, other lifestyles, and then anything you see around yourself.
No, it's that's a great hack. It's great, but like for all life, not even living abroad, living wherever you are, it's a very useful thing to do.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. That's my like life hack. Like, be open-minded. You never know what's gonna happen.
Well, thank you so much for sharing your evening with me on the phone. I've really appreciated your time and really loved, learning about your story. There's a lot of similarities and a lot of differences. It's really interesting to see how you've had different experience to what I've had in Sweden, but also how I see a lot of things which are similar. And I'm like, oh yeah, it's interesting how that we've had a very similar experience with X, Y, and Z, and it's been so lovely talking to someone who seems to have really flourished.
Thank you so much. That's great to hear, and thank you for having me. Thank you for your time. It was amazing, really, like sharing this with someone who's also like, you feel me, and then you have the same kind of experiences and the differences as well. But it's always great to learn from each other. So thank you so much.
Yeah, and as always, if you did enjoy the podcast and you did find a nugget of information, which was great, then please do subscribe. Please do share it. Please do follow it. Please do whatever you want to do. Just spread it as far as it can possibly go. And we'll see you next time for the Expat Pod.